I think we all know those stories that just absolutely will never end. Those stories that just keep on going no matter what, and it kind of makes you feel happy where even though you're not watching it at all, it's still cool to know that it's still going on. A good example is something like One Piece. I will never watch One Piece because it's just too long and I just don't really care that much to catch up. And I know there's tons of people saying that I'm missing out and it's usually one of the best story ever written, and you know what? They're probably right. It probably is absolutely amazing and I probably am missing out, but I just don't care enough to go and check. It's just too much episodes. But to know that One Piece is still going on brings me a little bit of joy when I see the community happy, or I learn that they reach a brand new milestone. Another good example is something like Fast and Furious. Don't care at all about the franchise and probably will never at all watch one of the movies, but it is still good to know that the franchise is keep on going and more movies are made, because I guess the lesson of family needs to keep on being told over and over again. It's never a lesson that could never be untaught. But if one of these things ends, it feels like something weird will happen. Like imagine if one day One Piece actually just finally ended and no more of the story is made. You will feel extremely weird. It will feel like a part of history just vanished. Now I know what you're saying. Why did I randomly just come up and start talking about anime or something? We're currently going through one of those right now when it comes to internet drama, but except it's not going to be enjoyable, it's not going to be cool at all when it finally ends. It's going to be something that a lot of people are waiting for, because I'm generally surprised that this is still going. This literally has to be one of the most dragged out internet drama I've probably ever seen in an extremely long time, and it has to do with the whole Illuminati situation. Now this is something that I ended up talking about not so long ago, and it's something that I wanted to bring up because I do remember I ended up making a promise not so long ago that I wasn't basically going to do cliffhangers anymore. That I wasn't going to bring up a story and just randomly end it randomly and just not give you guys like a continuation or sequel to it if the story keeps on going. And the Illuminati is one situation that just keeps on going. It literally never ends. Every time when you think there's an update of the situation or it's finally finished and there's going to be no more drama, it just keeps on continuing. And this girl Illuminati just finds a way just to keep on burying herself in an even deeper hole. Because every time when she opens her mouth or every time when she makes a decision, it's just a bad idea that just makes stuff worse for her. Now, I'm assuming there's a lot of people who are watching this who have absolutely no clue what's going on, so let me give you a quick catch up on the situation. This is kind of going to be a speedrun version, so not everything is going to be covered, but you're going to get a base idea of basically what's going on. So Illuminati is a YouTuber who back then used to be very well respected. There was a lot of people who used to value her opinion, especially in her community and in the type of content that she used to make. Well, she used to be part of a group known as Sad Milk, and this group was filled with tons of other YouTubers, and they kind of came together to make a whole YouTube content creator group. You know, it's kind of a trend at the time. It's a trend that's still going because tons of people keep on doing this, even though most of these groups literally just ended some type of controversy. Well, their ended also extremely badly, and it caused the group to basically be dismantled. Well, suddenly out of nowhere when the group was dismantled, Illuminati decided to start beef with a YouTuber known as Legal Eagle. And these two YouTubers started beefing with each other for the sake of plagiarizing, with Illuminati saying that, oh, Legal Eagle stole some of my content. Obviously, you making a claim like that will cause the internet detectives to come out. And basically, the detectives came out and basically said that it looks like no plagiarizing seems to be made. After that, everyone who was part of her group just decided that now it was time to go and expose Illuminati for basically the terrible person that she is. Well, with a lot of people talking about it, she ended up making a response video called Illuminati Exposed, where she basically talks about all of the allegations heads against her and also tries to cancel everyone who's part of her group. She basically talks about them and go like, don't talk about me, look how terrible these people are. And this video was actually received pretty mixed. It was a good 50-50 until it just wasn't, because out of nowhere one of the members known as the Click ended up making a response video to the whole situation. Now I ended up talking about that whole response video and he basically debunked everything that Illuminati brought up and also showed evidence and proof. So there's basically a lot of proof that Illuminati has basically lied and a lot of proof that Illuminati has basically changed stories that she had alleged. Well, that wasn't the end of the situation, because during the whole Click video, another person who was part of the whole Sad Milk group ended up being someone known as Wonderstruck, and he also ended up saying that he was also going to make a response video, which he did. He ended up making a response video, which he basically ended up giving you more content about his side of the story and going deeper on drama, talking about him. Now, with these two videos basically coming out, it's basically been over for Illuminati. The Click video has basically been a big hit for her, and she has been basically losing a lot of views ever since that video, and the Wonderstruck videos was basically just a double blow. She's been losing even more views about the situation, and it hasn't really been looking good for her at all. She basically has been entering damage control mode. Now, basically, when this whole drama was done, a lot of people were saying what's going to be the fate of her channel, what's basically going to happen next. And I think a lot of people came down to the conclusion that she could actually be able to worm her way out of this situation, because it has been done before. We have seen it multiple times with tons of YouTuber drama when it comes to someone like Logan Paul, and even someone like Sony V2, where if they get in a big drama and absolutely blows in their face, it seems like if they just ignore the drama, people on the internet just tends to forget everything that just happens, and they just move on. And they seem to be able to get away with it absolutely fine, like nothing happens. And Illuminati has been trying to do that situation, but it apparently seems like it's not going to work for her. She does have the Logan Paul level of clout where she can just get away with absolutely everything. These people have formed two communities that kind of let them get away with stuff like that, but not good old Illuminati. You know, when you make your whole career basically exposing other people, when you ended up being exposed, a lot of people are going to go and talk about it. And she has been basically losing views rapidly. Her channel is kind of on life support mode and hasn't been looking good for her at all. Well, she decided to break her silence and now make a response of the situation in literally one of the worst way ever. We have seen multiple times that this is not what you do. If you're in YouTube drama, this is literally the last thing you do, as this will never end wrong. So she ended up going on Twitter and basically saying that every allegation that's said against her is basically false. So she's basically dodging, which of course is what she's gonna do. I mean, we know the type of person she is. She's not going to be the type of person who's going to sit down and apologize and say, yeah, I made a mistake, and it is what it is. That's not going to happen, because I'm assuming to her that's going to be like a minute defeat if she apologized. So she ended up saying that every allegation against her is false and it's not real at all, and they're trying to damage her name. So she basically goes on this big Twitter raid, basically making thousands of tweets about it. And she also said that she's not going to be silenced at all. That part is very important. And she's basically going to come together with her team and fight back against these people. So a lot of people are saying that she has decided to triple down, because making the whole apology videos already her doubling down. This is her tripling down. She is not done with this whole situation at all, and she is ready to fight back. And she has already started her first line of actions of sending a cease and desist to Wonderstruck, which is extremely weird that she talks about not being silenced, and then her way of fighting back is to send something to silence someone. An extremely strange situation, and it has been not good at all. Basically, a lot of people haven't really been talking that well about Illuminati ever since this whole exposed video, and it's just constantly keep on getting worse over and over again. And with her doing this, I mean, if you're a content creator and your way of fighting back against someone is to basically go full legal, tons of people absolutely hate that. They don't absolutely like that at all, and that's really one way to instantly damage your reputation, is basically saying that you're going to go that path. It never ends well, and it usually tends to a lot of people to just not like you, and you just instantly lose all of your reputation, and no one basically want to bother with you. Yeah, that seems to be the current update of the situation, and right now it looks like stuff kinda have calmed down. So we are now in what I consider the whole middle of this story. We are currently on the part 2. Some people could even say this is part 5. This story just never seems to end, and it just seems to keep on going. It's like this unlimited drama where no matter where you go, it keeps on happening in the background. It is absolutely insane. And yeah, that is just the current update of the situation. Anyway, this is just something that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to go into my promise, and if I bring up a story, I'm gonna be here, and I am very interested to see how this is going to end. Anyway, my name is Lua. This is something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.